Hey guys, it's Scott with Mayhem RC, and just want to shoot you a quick video this evening about my SCTE Losi 1.0 or 10T. I guess it's not really called a 1.0, but it was the first edition. And it showed you a few months back how I had been doing some speed runs, and my driving abilities weren't up to par with a speed run, and I wrecked it and basically totaled it because the chassis was bent to look like a rocking chair. But it's all repaired now and has been for quite a few weeks. And I just wanted to show you, first of all, this body. I just got this for my birthday. My wife purchased it for me. It is not screen print. This is all paint, and I think it just looks absolutely amazing. So I won't be racing this body very much. This is just so it looks good. But I love it, and as you can see, it's just a beautiful piece of artwork. I'd love to thank who it was picked up from, but I'm going to leave him out of it. But and I can't thank him enough for selling me this body. Anyway, I want to talk about a problem. Right now, currently, I've got this vehicle up to about 60 miles an hour. Whoops, sorry about that. And that's all I'm really comfortable with doing. And let me just pick the body up here, take it off, and show you why. The SCTE, great platform. It is built for 2S, 3S, and it's really not built for running 4 and 6S, but it will handle it as long as you don't put it to through too much torture. I'm running a Hobby Wing 150 amp ESC. I have a 3670 can motor that has a little less torque because it's a little shorter than the other one, but it's 2150 kV, and it's turning quite a few RPMs and has a lot of torque with 18 tooth pinion gear. And forgive me, but I do not know the size of my spur gear, but it is just the stock gear that comes with the rig. But what's happening is, you see back here in the rear differential housing, is I've blown this out twice now. This is my third one. The bearings in here heat up and come apart. Now those were Losi bearings. Sorry, I'm not trying to bash on Losi, but that's what they were. Actually, that's not true. The first time were Losi bearings. I actually put some axial bearings in it and they blew out. And now it has fast eddy bearings inside here, and so far we're doing great. But the problem it has is the torque and the length of this drive shaft. This Techno drive shaft is only about 3 millimeters thick, and it flexes so bad that it will literally almost at top speed rub the side of this motor right here. That's how far it flexes. So it's just got so much torque, so much horsepower and RPM that it's basically just too much for it. Now, I thought about how to fix it. No one makes an aftermarket aluminum gearbox, not at this point, for the Losi, for any of them, the SCTEs, and that could solve the problem, especially if you could get one with a larger bearing. Would take a lot more heat, and that could fix the problem. Possibly getting a SCBE chassis or a SCTE 2.0 chassis, which would take the rear, the center diff, and move it back to about here, and you would just swap the drive shafts. The long one would go up front, which lessens this. As you can see, the front drive shaft has a pretty good angle to it. It would lessen that angle and then put the shorter shaft in the rear. What would that do? I don't know. I'm not sure it would help at all, because then that just puts this long shaft up front, and maybe it does the same thing and blows out the front gearbox. Again, haven't tried it, so I can't really answer that question. The other thing is, I'm actually going to my friend Keith at Bulletproof RC has Techno dog bone drive shafts. You see this one is a CVD. They actually make thicker dog bone drive shafts. You just install a drive cup back here, and then it has just a regular dog bone, which is bigger than this actual CVD. And he's running a Sin Colossus 8 scale motor in his 1450 kV. Compared to looking at my motor, it looks like the difference between a 572 in a Chevrolet and a 454 in a Chevrolet. So basically he's running the big block, but he's got tons of torque. He's hitting about 63 miles an hour at this point, but that's with a 22 tooth pinion gear. He has had it as far as a 25 and probably hitting close to 70, maybe 72 miles an hour. We haven't GPS'd it yet. But his drive shafts do flex a little less. But when this blew out, and this is the part, the bearings in here just locked up, and it just completely ate this whole casing right here up. And this pinion gear inside where it meets the ring gear just blew completely out, and the drive shaft's laying on the ground. And when it came out, this is the other. I used to have this motor in there. It's a 3674 can, a little longer, a little higher kV, turns a little bit more RPMs, and that is what the drive shaft did to it when it flexed and come out. Didn't hurt the motor. The motor still works just fine, but that's how much. There's about at least half an inch between the drive shaft and that motor, and it hit this one. So, can the SCTE run 100 miles an hour? I don't know. Will it ever hit that fast? I would love for it to, but I'm not sure, honestly, that the vehicle is capable. I would love for it to. It's a lot of fun doing 60. I know you see a lot of videos out there for those of you that don't do speed runs. And on video, 60 miles an hour doesn't look like anything. And as a matter of 100 looks like it's very manageable. But trust me, when you're the one with the control in your hand, driving the car across a parking lot or up and down a very long street, the approach rate is very quick. Because we're running 10 scales. This is a 10 scale truck that's really on an 8 scale buggy chassis. So if we're calling it 10 scale and I'm running 65 miles an hour, well, in a real car, that translates to 600 miles an hour. So the approach rate is very fast. It comes at you pretty quick, but it's a lot of fun. I'd love to make this SCTE do 100, but we're just gonna have to find out and see if it's capable. One fix that could be done, I could take this gearbox, take it apart, take the housing, take it to a machine shop, and have them make me an aluminum one with bigger bearings. But that would cost a lot of money. I'm not sure how much, but I know it's not cheap. And going 100 just isn't that important to me. I'll just buy another car to do that with. But it's a lot of fun, very versatile. We use these to race asphalt. We run these cars or trucks on 4S, 3S, racing on an oval asphalt track that we set up in a parking lot, and they're just a blast. Recently just picked up, if I can grab it right here, the DX5C Spectrum remote. It's pretty awesome, and I love it. Best $130 I have spent in the hobby in a while, and I recommend you guys, if you are out looking for a new remote, this is definitely one to pick up. It has AVC, and I know a lot of you now are like, oh wow, that's cheating. Call it what you want to, but it definitely helps the characteristics of the car and the drivability a lot better. And the good thing about AVC is it's not permanent, and you can adjust it to however much you want. It helps you as much as you want it to help you, or as little as you want it to help you. And as you learn to drive these cars at speed, you can turn the AVC down. And basically, hey, for those, especially for those of you new to the hobby and you want to go fast, trust me, you can hold a cup of coffee in one hand and pull the trigger with the other and not worry about this. This thing goes dead straight every time, no matter how hard it takes off. And that's pretty cool. So I love it. If you hate it, you can let me know. That's fine. But AVC is awesome, and if you've never tried it out, you should at least give it a chance before you just put it out there. That's it for today, guys. Just wanted to show you that, hey, it is all back together. It has a brand new chassis, and as you can see, it has been ran on asphalt quite a few times. But it's running great. Having lots of fun with it, and I hope you guys are enjoying the hobby and just making it happen out there for everything, and putting your time in wrenching. Look, if you half the fun for us is actually working on them, not because we broke them, but just tuning. Let's see what we can get out of it if we do this. Let's see if we can get a few more miles an hour if we do this. It's awesome. It really is. It's the next best thing to actually being in a race car, in my opinion. So it's a lot of fun. Hope you guys are enjoying the hobby. Whatever you enjoy out there, whether it's speed runs, whether it's crawling, whether it's, running a track, or bashing and jumping your car 20, 30 feet in the air. Go out there and have fun. That's what this hobby is all about. And until next time, we will see you guys later. Take care.